गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स। आज हम मुन्नार के बहुत ही सुंदर वातावरण में एक टी म्यूज़ियम को जा रहे हैं। प्रकृति का दृश्यों को देखते हुए अभी हम थोड़ी देर में वो म्यूज़ियम को पहुंचेंगे। वो म्यूज़ियम का नाम है रिपल टी, और ये म्यूज़ियम में जाने के बाद पूरा जानकारी जो है हमारे गाइड इंग्लिश में देंगे। तो चलिए देखेंगे चाय किस प्रकार बनती है और ये फैक्ट्री किस प्रकार है, कितना सुंदर है, और पूरा जानकारी आपको वीडियो में मिल जाएगा।
So what type of tea you like a black tea or with milk or green tea? What are the tea you like? Black tea? Black tea? Green tea? Okay. Okay.
Karachi tea.
So,
Nice.
someone is like white tea?
Yeah.
You like? Okay. Oh, there is one person. Thank you.
Will you get some samples?
Yeah. Yeah. So in Tea Museum, we are going to see the documentary regarding about the historical, how the British they came here and what type of tea they producing here. Actually, the cultivation how it's happened. So actually, in 1877, Mr. John Daniel Munro is a Scottish person. He's working for the Britishers. He's identified this place. He's a Scottish. His name is Munro. So he made the agreement with the local king, with the Travancore Maharaja, as a lease land. See, he got a permission to planting a coffee, tea, cardamom, cocoa, vanilla, all kind of spices, and black pepper too. But tea is giving a lot of business to them because nothing waste in the tea. Once we planted, the tea plant will be living forever. And the whole year, the year around, they have the season. Like every 25 days once, they picking the tea for black tea. Within 20 days, they can pick for the green tea. So before the black tea harvest, they have to take a one tip. It's unopened bud. That's for the white tea. So the harvesting time is different for every kind of tea, but every tea is making from same bush. So the Munro is started this cultivation. After that, the England company, it's called a Findlay Tea Company, came here. They started the process. They built a factory and they started the accommodation and all. So on the time they need more manpower to work here. So they choose in the South Tamil Nadu because of the poverty that people moved here. So like my great grandfather was worked for the Britishers. So after my entire heredity is still here. So the Tata is collaboration with the business with the Finlay in 1976. So the Tata is buying all shares in that time. So Finlay is winding up from here. So now we have the Tata tea. Actually same like the Munnar, how they did. Like the land is from the government, but the tea pushers is from the Tata. So it's an agreement land. So still they following the system. So in Munnar, the most of the people, like 95% of the people, they speak Tamil language because they migrated here. Okay, so this is a small history about the Munnar. So you can understand more things in the tea museum through the video. So actually Munnar means it's called a rivers. In Tamil language it's called Moon means 3, rivers means so Aru. So Moon Aru, it's called a 3 rivers. It's coming from the different sides. So apart from the Munnar is the biggest wildlife division. So we have 3 national parks and 2 wildlife sanctuaries. So we have more than 50 mammals, including the tiger, leopard, wild elephants, and wild bisons, and wild dogs. And you know the meaning of Nilgiri? Maybe you heard about a lot of things about Nilgiri
Hills,
mountains. Hills. Yeah, you're right, sir. Which hills? Do you know that?
Nilgiri Hills.
Why they call it?
I don't remember.
Okay, so I'll tell you. So Nilgiri means it's called a blue mountain.
Blue Mountain.
Blue mountain. Yeah. So there is a reason why we call the blue mountain means there is a flower, it's blossom every 12 years once. It's called a Nila Kurunji. It's called in English they call it Kuntianas. So that flower is blossom every 12 years once in the mountains. So when it blooms, the whole area, like a whole mountain, it's looking like a blue color. So that means it's called a Nilgiri.
In which
Giri
part
means
it is?
mountain.
It is in which part?
It is in the Western Ghats.
Western Ghats.
Western Ghats. In
Okay.
Asia, there is 253 species of Nilgiri. Like Nila Kurunji flowers is there.
Okay.
But there is a particular flower. It's called a Nila Kurunji, which is called a Gundianas. The Gundianas is bloom every 12 years once. So once it get bloom, the whole plant will be getting died, like getting dry in the sunlight. So on the time the seed is getting blast and is getting randomly, it is growing again. So the cycling of the year is 12. I'll show you the flower maybe. You can see that. See here. So this is the flower. It's called a Nila Kurunji.
How cold is it again? How cold?
It's normally 16 to 24.
Does it get snow in the mountain?
In the mountains? Yes.
Do they get snow?
No.
It's so high.
Actually, we have 3 seasons, sir. Summer, after we have a monsoon, and winter.
the
The summer,
winter, actually,
Yeah.
the winter do it snow?
no snow, sir.
No snow in the
No
mountain.
snow, but we getting minus degrees temperatures. We get
Oh.
-7, it's the last record. But we don't have snow, but we have a frozen. So on the time the tea getting problem, because the new bud it's getting frost. So on the time they have the less time of picking. Yes, sir.
I have a question.
Yes.
All these teas are being harvested by hand?
No, sir. Actually, 3 type of picking is there. Only for the white tea. I told you the unopened bud. I can show you in the tea museum. So there is an unopened bud that only by hand picking.
So how they harvest the tea?
There is a called shears or scissors.
But I know I
Yes.
saw it evenly. I said it's got to be a shit.
Yes. Yes. And in future, they have a less manpower because the education is changing the system. Like my generation.
Share it and pick it up from the
Yes.
ground, right?
For example, my generation, we don't want to work in the tea as a labor. So the tea company is going for the machines in future. So maybe you can see some straight lines in the tea plantation. So there they can use the machines in future.
Technology changes.
Yes.
And the cost is cheaper.
Sorry,
The
sir.
harvest is cost is cheaper with the machine.
Like
It's cheaper with the machine.
yeah,
You do
machine
more.
can do even 20 people. So
Yeah.
equal to 20 people by the machines.
Wow.
So the every peoples, mostly the women's they picking the tea leaf, men's working in the factory, or sometimes they can drive the truck to collect the tea bags from the field. So, excuse me. So the every pickers have to pluck 30 kilo of average per day. 30 kilo is minimum average. So 8 hours they will work, morning 8 to evening 5. So 12:30 they have the lunch break. So before the lunch break they have to hand over the tea, how much they collected, to the supervisor. Will be check the weight, and they will notice, because every employees they have an enrolled number, 4-digit number. So there is a new machine, they can type the numbers and they can check the weight.
Right, yeah, noted.
Yeah, it's noted. So for the 30 kilo, they will get 400 rupees per day salary. Yeah, it's very less, but if you compare with the convention, it's free.
It's okay.
Yeah, so medicine is
I think
free.
it's cheap over here.
Yes, medicine is free, accommodation, and they do the water support, electricity support from the tea companies. So if
When they retire, they get a
58.
pension.
Yeah, they will get a pension, but 58 is a retire age. But the problem, after the retirement, they have to leave the house because it's free accommodation. So the next who is
But
ready
they
to
get
work?
free accommodation.
Yes.
So that's great.
Yeah. So they will have to leave the home after the retirement. The problem where they can move because they migrated very long year ago.
Could they remain working longer?
Yeah.
They
So the
could-
family.
They could stay longer.
Yeah. So the family can continue the job. Like the last 3 generation they worked like that, but my generation have education, we have option to move somewhere. At the same time, the government is supporting to the tea workers because they know they were migrated long years ago. They don't have nothing in Tamil Nadu right now. So the government is declared they giving some land in particular part of Munnar so they can build a house for the tea workers. The government is giving a loan amount in the red, like a less rated interest. So they're supporting through that way. Yeah. And the education is compulsory until 18 years. So it's free education too. And also they have private schools, which is English speaking schools also is there. So it's depend on the people wherever they want, they can study. And even for the college also, they giving a scholarship from the government. They supporting for them. So this is a small history of the people. So on the way we can see the market, and the market will be very busy on the Sunday because Sunday is holiday for the tea workers. So 6 days in a week they will work 8 hours, and if they have any festival holidays also they have a holiday. So if one tea estate means there are several divisions, like more than 8 divisions. So the division will be located every 5 to 6 kilometers. Means one estate means it's around 20-25 kilometers. One estate means. So one estate have more than 8 or sometimes 12 divisions. So the one division means there are 150 pickers or more than 250 pickers maximum there will be there in one division. So that people, they will separate it into 2 clusters. The cluster means one picker. It's like a 35 to 60 people called one cluster. So one cluster people pick the tea in particular part where the tea is ready because the field officers will be know the place. So they every day they have to move somewhere. So one division means there are 2 clusters. They can move to the around area. They can cover the. And every 5 years once. Maybe you have a doubt why they have the small sizes, same sizes in everywhere.
What age of people start working? At what age you start working?
22.
No, not. So if somebody 18 years or 15 years, whatever, could they come to work?
The government won't allow. The government won't allow.
Only
After
that.
22 years they can start the work. Until 18, and also in India, they will announce 21 years the marriage age for the girls. 21. Yeah, it's good actually. So they can get mature, they can understand the life. So it's good for the girls. Okay.
Alright.
So these are all small things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Namaste, good morning, Sitaram everyone, and Assalamu alaikum. Before we leave, we normally say a prayer. So do we have any volunteers to say a prayer? Anyone would like to say a prayer? No? Yeah, one second. Go ahead. Okay, I'll say a short prayer as well. Om Bhutbhuva Svatat Savitur Varenyam
भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
We have a most pleasant and safe journey. Hope you all had a good night, and hopefully we'll have a beautiful day today and the rest of the journey. Thank you. God bless.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you. My pleasure.
Happy birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day, yeah.
After they have to remove the waste in the fibers and stumps, I can show you inside the museum. So they have to remove, that's why the fiber extractor process, they use the electric statics method. It's called a roller magnet one. So they remove the waste. After what they're getting the tea, cleaning one, therefrom they have to shift the sizes. It's called a grading. So there are more than 8 grades in the tea in black in Munnar. So this is a small process. I can show you more things inside. seed they can use for the new plant, but nowadays they're using the cleft grafting method. So that's the newest way, and it's very quicker. So once they planted the tea plant, it takes 3 years to harvest. So after the 3 years, the whole year around, every 25 days once they're picking the tree. When it's raining, it's going very fast. So every 20 days once or every 15 days once they can collect the tea for the black teas. But the flower and seed is nothing to use in the tea process. And you know the tea is original from China. It's a gold everywhere. This is called a camellia sinensis. So you can see the Chinese one. It's there the red in the stems and red in the leaf. So this is called the camellia assamica because it's original from Assam and it is grafted. So now we have a lot of assamica here. So you can see the difference. But nothing changes in the tea process. You can use the same process in the both type of tea. So here in my hand, yeah, this is for the white tea, this is for the green tea, and this is for the black tea. So this is called OP. OP means orange picoy.
The process.
Yes. Yes. So it's called orange picoy. Orange picoy, you know, means it's a top fresh leaf. It's helping to make white, green, and black. So this is called a silver tip. So for white tea, we have to pick only by the hand. This thing. So the whole part will be there in the white tea. So the process they're getting it dry by the sunlight or artificial heat within like there is no smell in that. Below 40 degree temperature. And the next is like from baby green leaf is for the heating. The process they're giving steaming to the tea in the factory. So after the steaming, they're rolling by the machine. After they put the hot air to dry it, then they remove the waste. So there is no oxidation process for white and green. But for black tea, there are two types I told you. One is called crushing, CTC one. CTC means crushing, tearing, rolling. The next one is called orthodox rolling method. That's the ancient type of making. So before the black tea harvest, they have a withering process. The withering means they reduce the water content in the tea before the crushing or before the rolling. Because they don't want a juicy one. They need a fresh leaf, yeah, the dry one, but without a moisture. So the withering process, sometimes it can run for 8 hours, sometimes it can go for 12 hours. It depends on the humidity in the outside. So the tea maker will be there in the factory. You have to check. So after the withering, they have to roll the leaf. Once it gets rolled, they will pass it. Like a natural After the drying, we have to remove the waste. In the leaf, there is a fibers and stumps inside. We have to remove it. This is the tea waste. Fiber waste. So even it's not a waste actually. They use for the dyeing colors for the clothes.
Wow.
And they make the paper from this. The bulb, they make the bulb, they can add this. So once they get in the clear tea powder, after they remove the waste. Here from we have to shift the size. It's called a grading or shifting. So as per size of the tea, it's going to the different. So this is going to the tea bag. So actually it's a demo factory. So they don't do process. In the real factory they have clear one. This is just arranged for the demo one. So this is the way they make it. For white tea, there is no crushing, there is no roasting. The whole art will be there in the tea. So 5 to 6 bucks is enough for 2 cups. so that making the white making it that. So next green tea. The rolling after the hot. So remember there is no fermentation process for white and only for the black tea they do the fermentation. But milling process is very important for the black tea. They have to reduce the water content. So every Sunday is holiday for the tea plucking. So Monday is holiday for the tea factory. Because there is a reason for the withering. Because Saturday how much they collected, they do start the withering. Sometimes I told you it's going for 12 hours. Sunday they have enough leave for the process. But Monday, because Sunday is holiday, no? So Monday they don't have enough leave for the process. So you have
don't need to rest,
holidays.
huh?
Yes. So this is I think holiday for most. Okay.
Very nice.
So based what you're saying,
Yes.
what you just mentioned here,
Yes.
there is no external additives.
No. But there is instant tea as well. There is a different factory for instant tea. So they
Oh,
make
okay.
the flavors as tea. But you
Just hold it, hold
You have tea,
it.
there is
Hold it, hold it. I'll take, yeah.
They just plucking
That's
the tea, they do the withering. After the withering, they drop it. Yes, plucking means there is a shear. Yes, so
neat.
Yes. But in the leaf plantation, they use the leaf harder. It's not automatic. They have a like different place. They have in the wider. For the machines, they planting in the straight line. So you can see there, that's a old plantation. This is the one we have. 80 years. Okay, I'm doing that. Yeah.
Wow. Let's see, like a coconut. Oh, it's like a palm.
So you can imagine there is no water irrigation by now.
It's like a palm.
Just 4 months we have.
There's water
So you
in
can
it.
imagine how much
So I saw selling by itself.
Yes.
No water.
That's so
Good. Does she have any kind of medicine now?
No, no medicine.
It's just a
Just for the new bush. But nowadays they're not using it. They're using the craft meal.
Okay. Very nice.
So everyone is fine, right? Yeah. You all understand? So next we can move to the factory to see. Thank you. They're giving a pressure from the top. They push and it gets moved. It's for 3 hours. 3 hours moving. After they send it to the fermentation.
फ्रेंड्स, अभी ये वीडियो इधर एंड करने का समय आ गया है। कृपया आप मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, वीडियो को लाइक करें और शेयर करें। चलते हैं, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट व्लॉग।